Hello, so here I am in Norfolk this time, and I've got the camper van set up on a site just near the North Norfolk Coast, near a place called Swaffham. And if I twiddle around, you can hopefully see some of the campsite. And I've got this nice little awning up because it's really amazing weather. So yesterday was 30 odd degrees, and today I think it's going to be about 27. So I don't know if I can get it so that you can see Lexi. Yeah, she's lying down there in the cool. So it's still quite early in the morning. So anyway, I just thought I'd introduce you to where I am. And I'm going to go out and about on my travels so that I can do some drawing and painting. And I will share more with you then. So I'm in Blakey, and here I am along the edge of this inlet to the sea. And this is a very sort of typical landscape in this part of Norfolk. And so I've come here to do some drawing. I've got Lexi there, and it's quite warm, but not as warm as it has been, although it's a lovely, bright, sunny day. And I've found a bench that I'm going to use to put all my stuff on, and then I'm going to set up and do some drawing. So this is the wonderful view I have, this lovely lichen covered branches to the left, and then these lovely vertical poles and all of the water and the boardwalk, and then this expansive blue sky and landscape of grass, and all of these sort of boats and all the sort of posts and verticals and lines. So it really is a lovely kind of combination of shapes and patterns and marks, which is really just my thing to draw, really. So I'm going to get my sketchbook out and get set up ready to do some drawing. So I'm using my A4 watercolour sketchbook by Hammer Muley, and you'll see in a minute that I've divided a double page spread, which is the landscape format A4, into 4 squares, and I'm working on one at a time. And the idea is that I capture the views around me, and it gives me almost a panoramic feel once it's done. So I'm using the paint I'm using there that you can see, the blue and the yellow ochre colour, that is gouache, and I'm combining gouache and using soft pastel as well, and the green is soft pastel, as is the paler blue at the top. And then I'm working in with other mixed media, including Inktense pencils and graphite sticks, and this is the first one. And you can see I'm working quite quickly and loosely, and I'm trying to get a real feel for the place, and I'm focusing on the shapes and the lines and marks. And this is going to be my next view. So as opposed to looking up the water and up the water body, I am actually looking across. So it will give me a flatter, less lyrical view. But I'm keen to get, again, those verticals against the banks. And so again, I'm using soft pastel at the top, and now I'm using my gouache again, and I'm working on the banks, and that's sort of muddy brown, and I'm combining different browns that I've got, including yellow ochre, and that's gouache, and the green is a soft pastel. And so I'm working quickly again, and this time I'm really interested in the lines of the verticals, the ropes and the ladder, and all of that paraphernalia at the side of the water. And here are the 2 finished views now. So you can see what I'm building up there by using these squares. I'm kind of getting a feel for the overall view along that landscape. And this time I'm putting the verticals in first, and I'm building up a framework. And what I'm really interested in getting in this time is the wonderful boardwalk alongside the water. And that's what all of the lines are for. And now I'm bringing in the gouache, and I'm combining colours. I'm using a watercolour brush. I'm also spraying water on to get a looser feel, and I'm using a rag as well to sort of move the paint around, as well as this brush. And that drippiness is called me spraying the paint to get it moving around a bit. And then I'm bringing in these verticals, and I'm working on this sort of boardwalk. I really want to get that sort of language of that butt against the water, butting against the water. And again, these strong verticals are important. So they're important in all of the drawings. They're coming through in all of the drawings. So I'm combining against works really well, those verticals against the expanse of horizontal landscape and water. And then this final one, I'm working on the fact that at the edge, at the end of the land, the water comes all the way round, a kind of crescent of water, if you like. And that's what I'm working on this one as a sort of final piece. And just to give you an idea, I'm not working on any individual one more than about 3 to 5 minutes. So quite quickly I'm working here just to get the energy and capture the shapes and some of the lines and the details, trying not to get overwhelmed with it all. I'm working quite quickly, but you can see the colours are similar in all of them, so they're all kind of connected. And this one I'm bringing in the boys and the orange of the boys on the boats, and the orange that's picked up across that landscape. And I'm just finishing with some more gouache. And here you can see all 4 of the images, and hopefully you get a sense of the sort of scale and expansiveness of the landscape and the strength of the verticals against all of this landscape of grass and muddy banks and water. And hopefully you get a bit of what I'm after here is it's very raw, it's very rough, it's not pretending to be a pristine, it's just an energetic reflection of my experience there, really. So I'm necessarily keeping it very sort of fast and loose. It's still quite representative, but that doesn't matter at this stage. And now what I want to do, just to finish, is to share with you some other places I visited in North Norfolk, just snippets so that you can get a feel for this landscape. So this is Burnham Overstay, and this landscape is very similar in some respects to the previous one, in the sense that you've got this body of water against the muddy banks and the expanses of grass against that huge expansive sky. And this watercourse, like the previous one, goes down to the sea beyond the edge of the landscape. And this is, very reminiscent of this sort of area, really. And now coming up, we have Holkham Beach. This is actually part of a nature reserve, and I'm going to share with you my little walk through. So you go through the landscape, through the pine forest, actually. And there's lovely Lexi. And it's rather a warm day, so she's panting. And here I am going through this edge of this pine forest that leads to the beach. And as you can see on the ground there, because of the lovely day, you can see the lovely shadows that are formed by the pine trees. And it's really interesting to walk through this on a hot day, because it's really cool because of the lovely trees and the cooling effect that they have on the temperature of the environment. And now just heading towards the beach, nearly at the beach now. And it's rather a wonderful, expansive beach. And when I go onto it, the tide is out and the sea is somewhere into the distance there, if you can just see it on the horizon. And here we are actually on the beach, and we do actually manage to play in the sea, and Lexi loved the sea, got very excited about the sea, but wasn't very impressed that it was salty water. And finally I go to Brancaster Harbor, and this again is very reminiscent again. And the thing about this harbour is these lovely old boats and these lovely old buildings on it, so I just thought I'd do a little bit of a tour so you could see these wonderful old battered boats in all their glory. This one in particular caught my eye. And then there's some other trawlers over there, more brightly coloured. And this is a colour first image that I did on this location, although I lost my watercolour palette at this place and went back and it wasn't there, so less said about that, I guess, the better. And just to finish with this wonderful ramshackle looking building just beyond where you saw the boats. And yeah, it just, as usual, those sorts of things catch my eye. So I hope you enjoyed that little whistle stop tour, and also the drawings that I did out on location. As ever, these different approaches I take to drawing on location are to enable a connection with the subject and to record the energy and the qualities of the place. I do have an online sketchbook course called Your Sketchbook Journey, and I'll put a link to that in the notes if you're interested. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you aren't already, and do comment. I'd love to hear what you've got to say, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.